Benevolence, dear mortals. You can call me Whimsical William. I'll be your curator for this evening. Welcome to my channel. Alright, let's get to it. In this video, I would like to talk about an amazing yet slept on manga, Pokémon Adventures. I truly believe that this manga is a masterpiece and more people should be reading it and more people should be talking about it. Check it out. It comes in an omnibus of 3 volumes. They're very heavy, very high quality for a paperback. This is done by Viz Media. I'll get more close-ups on these particular mangas in a moment, but this is what they look like from afar. First, I want to talk about the story. This isn't your typical Pokemon story. If you don't want spoilers and you've been thinking about checking this manga out, I suggest you don't watch this. But if you don't mind and you're gonna read it regardless, or you want to hear about it but you're on the fence about it, check this out. So the gym bosses or gym leaders are working with Team Rocket. There's like a little bit of blood and gore in here, but it's still for kids. It's still very childlike art. Very, very nice on the eyes with the line work and the shading. And also, it's still kid friendly. But I will say that it's definitely spicier than the Pokemon that we grew up watching on, television. But the story is more nuanced and the characters have a lot more background and a lot more time to shine and more personality than the games and the anime. You got Lieutenant Surge, you got Sabrina, you got Blaine, and I forget who else is working with Team Rocket because it's been a while since I read this manga. But they're all working with Team Rocket, which is super cool. Wild Pokemon really threatened Red, the main character, the first few volumes. He's in danger a lot of times. It's really interesting. He's really great at catching Pokemon and training Pokemon. He's not like Ash at all. Like, he's not waking up late. He's a very quick learner. And he has a pretty agreeable personality as far as how he connects with people. He's like, in a sense, it makes him a little less exciting and a little less fun because he's not as much of a brat as Ash. Or Satomi, if you're nasty. Gary Oak, Blue, in this manga and in the video games as well. Personality is similar, but instead of being so obnoxious and just thinking that he's so much better than everybody else, he has that arrogance, but he's very serious, very monotone, and very just straight to the point, which is really interesting for his character. It's a nice development for his character. He's an amazing trainer as well. Professor Oak and Agatha go way back, which is really cool character development. Blaine used his own DNA to help create Mewtwo. It's causing his body to break down a little bit, so Blaine is on a clock, if you will. Just so interesting. Misty's an amazing trainer. She has her Gyarados pretty early. Green is in this manga. She's very mischievous. She stole a Pokemon from one of the professors, which is hilarious. Brock is Brock. Brock stays similar in every iteration he's in. I mean, in the anime, he was girl crazy. He's not like that in the manga, really. Erica is a good character, the gym leader that has Vileplume and a couple of other grass-type Pokemon on our team. Koga, I think Koga's a bad guy too, which is pretty, makes sense, it's poison-type Pokemon. By the way, hope you like my setup. If you can't tell, I love ghost Pokemon. We got my boy Mimikyu, we got Litwick. I'm making this with craft foam and foam. I still need to sand it down and paint it some more. Can't wait to work on that some more. Got this Haunter, very adorable, one of my favorite ghost Pokemon. And we got Gengar from Build-A-Bear. I love this with all my heart. I love the Ghost Boys. If you made it this far in the video, comment down below what's your favorite Pokemon or Pokemons, and what's your favorite type. If you were a gym leader, what kind of gym leader would you be? Would you be poison, normal, dragon, fairy, steel? Me, I'd be a ghost type trainer all day. I lead with Chandelure, a shiny Chandelure. I'd have a Gengar on my team. I'd have a Mimikyu and Dragapult, maybe an Annihilate, Goldingo, I don't know. Let's get back on track. So this manga is incredible because the gym leaders actually have more personality, more story. Giovanni is like really bad. Like he's experimenting on Pokemon. He experimented on an Eevee, and the Eevee was able to evolve into all of its forms at will. Like 1 minute you're a Vaporeon, next minute you're a Jolteon, next minute you're a Flareon. It's crazy. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of similarities with the anime and with the game, and it's also its own thing. Like they use the game mechanic of certain badges will allow you to be able to work with higher level Pokemon, and that was to basically stop you from going to certain parts of the game early. In the manga, they took it to a more literal sense where like each badge would give you like almost physical power and prowess to be able to control certain Pokemon. And Team Rocket wanted to gather all the badges, and the gym leaders wanted to too, so they could control the legendary birds, Zapdos, Moltres, and Articuno. So that was a really interesting development. Let's see. I love the art. Unfortunately, as you're reading it, I think you get to like, which volume? I think it's Omnibus number 4 or 5. Okay, Omnibus number 4. The art changes a bit. It's a little jarring, but both artists are really good. So the first 3 omnibuses, the art's done by Mato. And number 4, it's done by Satoshi Yamato. Yeah. So bear that in mind. You also don't have to get the omnibuses. You can get a box set of single Tokobons. And I think they make like even slimmer versions that are like smaller than regular single volume mangas. I believe the best way to read it is through these omnibuses. I'm not a huge fan of omnibuses, but the quality here, the paper, the ink, the covers are really cool. The spines are beautiful. They really add a nice splash of color to your book collection. So let's give you a close-up on some of the art to show you exactly how good it is, and I'll show you the differences between the artists as well. All right, so I hope that showing you volumes, well, Omnibus number 1, Omnibus number 4 gives you a little sneak peek into the type of art that you'd expect to look at and the subtle differences between the artists. The first red omnibus was the first artist, Mato, and the fourth lighter blue, icy blue, was Satoshi Yamato. So you could tell in the color is a little different. You could also tell in the line work. I believe that Mato's work is a little cuter and a little more cartoony, while Satoshi's is a little more realistic and a little closer to form to your average manga art style. The Pokemon in the latter volumes look a little bit more like their original, art styles as far as the games and the anime is concerned. Whereas the first, few volumes look more like the original games and just kind of like a unique kind of look for the Pokemon. So that got me intrigued, and it also made me want to read more, kind of digging into the different art styles. I got really interested because I noticed immediately, I'm like, these Pokemon look a little different. These characters look a little different as well. The story is incredible. If you like any of the things that I've talked about and you like the art, and if you're just a Pokemon fan in general and you haven't read these, please give it a shot. I promise that you'll be entertained, if anything. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you haven't already, I would love it if you subscribed to check out more of these videos that I got coming. More anime figures, more manga. We're always gonna have manga. It's gonna take me forever to talk about all these mangas behind me. Any other nerdy things that I could think of. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.